Script Unscripted is an experimental video series where I, David West, live stream and share my adventures in tinkering with new technology. To kick off the series, I decided to experiment with Apache Cordova, the successor to PhoneGap. Cordova is a framework that allows you to write one set of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript code just like a web application, and use it to create native applications for platforms like iOS, Android, and Windows apps. With Cordova, you're only limited by the hardware you're developing on. For example, since I develop on a Windows machine, I can't immediately create iOS applications, but I'm able to build Android and Windows apps. Outside of that, so far I found Cordova pretty limitless on the development side. Since it's built on Node.js, it pretty much runs on any platform. So just give me a terminal and a text editor on a Mac, I can clone my source code, run Cordova, and bam, I'm an iOS developer too. In this episode, we just got the ball rolling by getting the Cordova command line interface, or CLI, installed using Node.js. From there we went through the Hello World example in the documentation, which boils down to these three commands. First, we install Cordova. Then we create a project. And then we close by adding the platforms we want, like Windows, Android, or even BlackBerry. There's a whole bunch I'm not even mentioning, but they're pretty rad, so you should check it out. It didn't take long, but once things were set up, we were building apps left, right, and center. We had apps for Windows 8, Windows Phone, and even a good old web application built from the same set of source code. We would have added an Android application during the stream too, but I needed to install the right version of Java first, and I'll just get it working for next time. To close it out, we looked through the documentation to see what we'll be getting ourselves into throughout the series. More specifically, we figured out that we'll have to add Cordova plugins to our project to use features like network access or a camera. On top of that, we'll need to build our app as a single-page application with a responsive user interface. That'll let us reduce load times on all the different platforms, and so that it works on both small and large screens. And with that, we closed out the inaugural episode of Script Unscripted. And with that, thanks for watching the first episode of Script Unscripted MINIFIED edition. So your feedback is welcome. I'd like you to drop in the comment section below if you could. You can also drop me a line on Twitter or Facebook or whatever. If you want to stay up to date on the series, you can click the subscribe button up top, or you can just click like and then let everyone know you like the video, because that always helps me out too. So if you want to see part 2 of the live stream edition of Script Unscripted, you can click the video link on the left. Also, if you want to just get into it real live and ask me some questions and whatnot, part 3 is scheduled for Thursday, January 22nd at 8 p.m. Central Time here on YouTube. So click on the video on the right, check it out, and set a reminder for yourself. And that brings us to a close for level 01 of Script Unscripted MINIFIED edition. Thanks for playing.